Hello internet friends, Napyet here. So we're in Dawnstar. I'm at the inn, whatever, the Wind Peak Inn.
Peak Inn features the finest bard in all of Dawnstar. Me.
I agree, Karita, but I have heard her sing in the past. And
What troubles you, my son?
Be polite, be polite. Okay, so what I'm thinking is while I'm here, I could go and talk to the court wizard and see if there are any spells I can get. But before I do that, I should maybe go and see what I can sell. 154. That means we've got to get a flipping room for the night. Let's do that. I'm not even talking to you, Shady Sam. I know better than that. I'd like to rent a room. I'd like to rent a room, but I don't feel that I should talk to strangers. And I'm a tired old wizard at this stage. Why is it this nice big one? Nice big room here. Look at all this empty space here. This is like a stateroom or something. You'd think they'd have like a double bed here. Okay, let's sleep for 7 hours. 7 or 6 hours? Let's go for 7. Alright guys, well I hope you're enjoying the series. I have another channel at the moment where I just put up random gameplay. I don't do any like vlog, well I suppose I do vlogging, but it's about strategy games and stuff, and it makes me realise like how nice a community I've got on this channel, because on that channel all I get are people just telling me everything I'm doing wrong in the games that I'm playing. I've never understood it. I never understood this thing that people want. Well, I understand that people are know-it-alls and want to think that they know better than everyone else and feel that they should tell people when they're wrong and stuff. But people, you know, I don't know why people do it. I think it's to do with feeling like you want to know your stuff in life, and therefore you kind of you tell people when they're wrong in order to kind of ooh,
Not hot. Still here.
what's happened?
Skyrim ever get
It's Dovahkiin relaxes, isn't it?
No, not really.
It's glitched out. Well, maybe if I go back to it I can stop it. Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of like people do it. I don't know. I suppose charitably people feel like they're being helpful, but it's almost like on the internet people forget how to interact. It's like you need to kind of couch what you're saying when you're giving kind of. You're telling someone you may be doing this wrong. Here's a better way to do it. You know, there are ways that we interact that don't sound like you're just beating people down. You can do it in a kind of a kind way. And people seem to forget that online. I've never understood why. Because people are generally not like that in life. You wouldn't get very far in life if you just went around telling everyone how wrong they are.
Good day.
So you know, and luckily on this particular channel, I have a bunch of people who, you know, I don't mind being told when I'm doing stuff wrong, as long as people are civil about it and aren't being anuses about it. So, I mean, maybe I shouldn't be saying any of that, but you feel like, well, if you come on sort of like if you're not thinking about the way you phrase things and the way you communicate, then you can't really be too upset when someone reacts negatively to it, because that's what happens. So
until next time.
It's a skill, isn't it, knowing how to communicate. So, yeah, well, on the positive side, rather than just complaining, I've got to watch this now.
We're not soldiers anymore.
There's a power struggle going on in Dawnstar. Yeah, I just wanted to say thank you to you guys for
He's proud of his service, Scald. The Legion
for
taught
being
us
nice
loyalty,
people.
and we're loyal to
It's not.
Dawnstar.
You would think it's like the default, but it isn't.
Can't you send me
So
one letter to General Tullius? I'll have you both
there
executed.
you go.
You never talk much about yourself, do you, Horik? I swear, these past 30 years.
I mean, you can go through. You can go through life just like with your guard up, with your kind of shield up, and just ready to kind of bat people away. But I don't like to live like that. I like to assume that people are nice and be nice in return.
To solve this nightmare problem, I don't need you.
How is Dawnstar faring in the war? That is, look,
Don't bother
even
me again unless it's important.
let's assume we've had a nice chat here, because I
Just
don't
a
want to
servant
get
of
too
Skyrim,
embroiled
worthy of
in the
time and consideration.
I'm
woman-
here to lend my magic
a woman
to
after my own
Dawnstar.
heart. She's got
If
the
you're here about the
wizards.
nightmares, huh? I had you figured.
She's got the
for a
wizard's
mage.
hat and everything.
I think you'll appreciate
And there
this.
we've got some some grand soul gems, but that is a lot of money for a grand soul gem. So I'm going to go for some spells. See what I can potentially get here. I do want, although it's not the most. Does she not have it? She doesn't have Flame Cloak. Fury, Gate 1. Increase speed, Ghost Walk. Master is invisible for 10 seconds or until broken, then teleports back to where the spell was cast. It's interesting, all the illusion stuff. If I can't get Flame Cloak from her, I'm just going to have a look and see what else might be interesting. A resistance field. Gain 25% resistance to fire, frost, shock and poison for 20 seconds. Resistance field greater. Gain 50% resistance. 50% resistance for 15 seconds. Restore health. Magicka. Sealed resolve. Place a seal on the cast of 15 seconds, losing 50% of your current health, and locks the seal, halving incoming damage. I'm looking for something else here that might complement the iron skin that I have coming on automatically. Nearby hostile targets fill a soul gem on death. That would be good. 120 seconds. Nearby hostile targets fill a... Is it self? It would save me having to use Soul Trap. But it has to be self-targeted. And I don't think that is. Steadfast Ward, Stone Flesh, Summon. The summons I realised I was getting completely wrong. You know, they're not self-targeted, are they? Equip the spells that target has equipped lasts for 120 seconds or still equipped. Steal, the crack. Time starts a slow time for 3 seconds. Tough plant skin, each increasing maximum health for 15 points. Layers gradually fall off over the course of 30 seconds. Caster receives 10 layers of tough plant skin, each increasing maximum health by 15 points. Layers gradually. That sounds really good. I might get that. That makes me really tough when I go into combat. Tree rings. Might go for that, actually. Let's hope that this works.
Back to another fine day in Dawnstar.
Maybe I should have saved. But when I go into combat now, everything all together. So, kinetic, telekinetic. What am I doing? All? Where's all? Arto's recital, that's it. I need it in my left hand.
To handle the town's safety? What is this about, Jan?
You keep pledging more and more of our guard to the front lines. The way this is going, we won't be able to defend our own borders.
Sounds like all kinds of strife going on. So tree rings, and then...
No.
Rings... Left.
That's the best place for our men is
Carto's
No
recital.
honor in Jarl's servant. No
Please let
Southern
this
Guard
work.
waits for done.
2 spells stored. Oh, that's really cool.
Glorious
Okay,
being was
and
if they had
because
a
I haven't been able to get Flame Cloak, I happen to know where there is a Flame Cloak. And it's a little bit annoying because it's halfway between Dawnstar. I've done all this wrong. And that's the thing, like... That's the thing that's frustrating me, like I was saying with playing games online. Like, if you get something wrong, people think that's somehow, like, I don't know. I'm just complaining at the moment. Getting stuff wrong is normal. We all get stuff wrong all the time, and that's how you learn. Frustration, frustration. Yeah, so the thing I'm frustrated about is that I should have done all this, like talk to my horse, because I was on the way to like learning all the horse stuff, wasn't I, with convenient horses, and I forgot to do that. I just used the teleporter. So now my horse, I didn't get the convenient horses stuff, and now my horse is back in Winterhold. I think it's not far there. I can see the fire. Flames. Because this is, we're going to have to run to Morthal. And I'm sure Flamecloak works with Frostfall. So that's going to be good. It's going to be good. Hup, hup, hup. Ba, 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 ba. Happened to you? I'm not going to pick up Yizra's necklace, but take Cloak of the Burned. Ah, that's Cloaks of Skyrim, isn't it? Got an additional thing here that might be interesting. Cloak of the Burned. It's enchanted, but how is it enchanted? It's a burning cloak. Total warmth 40. So maybe it gave me like a buff when I put it on there. Seemed to do, didn't it? Let's check. Armor, exposure comfortable, mage stone, wellness. Protection, mage stone. I think it gave me some sort of boost there, but it doesn't match like my brown cloak. So I'm going to go 20. It gives us, the other one gives us 40 warmth, and that gives us warmth and coverage, so that's kind of useful. Let's get flame cloak learned. So now when we get into trouble, when we're traveling, we'll be able to use Bask and also use flame cloak. Cool. Sorry for my complaining, by the way. I shouldn't do that. I put the videos online just kind of, you know, to share gameplay, have fun, not to kind of prove a point or anything. So it gets a bit frustrating when people think you're doing it kind of, and you want to be like optimal. You're playing it to be the best or to do really well. I'd never done that, and I mean, I like, if I play a multiplayer game or FPS or something like that, I like to be reasonably okay at it, but for me primarily games are fun, so it's a pastime, you know, a hobby, fun hobby. So the whole idea of like not knowing everything is silly, really. I suppose when you have a lot of people who do that, like and there's nothing wrong with being obviously nothing wrong with being really good at games, but people everyone does videos on YouTube. I think that's where the confusion happens, really, because I've encountered it with Skyrim as well, in that people kind of are watching for different reasons. You know, I get the comments, you can tell everyone's coming from a slightly different perspective and wanting different things from gameplay, so that gets a little bit difficult, because someone will be wanting one thing and the video isn't that, and rather than realizing that, sometimes people think, why aren't you doing this, that and the other, but it will generally be because kind of that's not your focus, it's not the type of video. I think people assume
This is a local favorite.
quite often that what they want from the video is obviously what the video should be. It's really hard to have a in-depth discussion when people start bursting into song like this. Oh my god. You imagine that before you set off on a journey to skin. Weather sense. I'm warm, but I'm not. I think I can potentially get a little bit warmer still. Sorry, deadwood? Yes, I've got deadwood. I've got a couple of branches, not many though.
Oh, you talk and you lie and you drink all our me. Now I think it's high time that you lie down and bleed. And so then came clashing and slashing of steel, as the brave last Matilda charged in full of zeal. And the braggart named Ragnar was
boastful no more when his ugly red head rolled around on the floor. Slow hand clap. Brilliant. I don't think I'm going to get any warmer. Let's go. We've got everything. We've got Labyrinthian is already highlighted. We are going. Well, it's not a blizzard. Half the time when I'm in Dawnstar, I end up being in the middle of a blizzard, which complicates things. Khajiit, I could do with one of you. Follow me around, warm me up. I think I'm just going to go directly, as direct as possible. Let's have a quick look. It's a fair way to go. We're not going to get there. We're not going to get there without camping. Time is 12:29. I mean, if anything really interesting kind of crops up, I will veer off, but I'm a little bit focused on getting the quest line done for the mages now. I'm so close. And then I think after I've done that, I will set, if the Immersive College of Winterhold works as the description suggests, I'll set Tolfdir to be the Archmage, and I will head off into the wilds and do more wandery style gameplay, and also we'll head to Phenderix Magic College. At some point. I mean, it's the reason I haven't done it straight away is kind of for myself, to do the stuff that I'm more familiar with first, because obviously it leaves the new stuff just something to look forward to, isn't it? Stuff that you haven't done before. I enjoy doing all this stuff anyway. And then you still have things to look forward to, so... Doing a little bit more damage now. Oh, could possibly level up here. Magicka again. Still going Magicka. One, it's buffed my health there quite nicely. Can I do anything with destruction yet? Apprentice destruction, rune master. I'm still waiting for. Dual casting. I could always do dual casting. I think maybe I should get the next level of apprentice restoration. I'm not using restoration very much though. Anyway, let's figure this out later. Oh, sorry, Lydia. Nice. Got some more coming in here. It's all go today. Something flaming thing. They're both bad guys. I don't know who to kill first. Wait. Anything good? Increase armor rating by 100 points. It's very tempting with a Black Wizard's hat. Or horse. Manual loot. What can we get? Horse hide and horse meat. Gonna get lots of stuff in Labyrinthian, so I don't want to... Oh, Apothecary's Satchel, is that? Oh, look at all this. Whoop. Try again. Just take it all. They've gone to town on these guys. Speech increased. This poor guy. Wonder where they were travelling to. Wizards beset. So this is weird. This is like a kind of a repeat of how I started. I started my little playthrough. Waylaid by bandits. A good time to use the flame cloak. Fingers crossed that it works. Flame cloak. Don't know if it's really helping me very much. Still freezing. Thing. We might have to use Bask anyway. Run, 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 run. We need to get to somewhere. Place of safety. Freezing to death. Okay, so it didn't seem to work, did it? Artificial Recital, Bask. Oh, not enough Magicka. Illusion. Do these tents? No. Kind of remember that they don't count as shelter. Spring from frostbite again. Let me in, please. This offers shelter to a poor wanderer upon the road. I'm sorry, my cloak is flaming here. Don't want to go too close because I might hurt them. We're beginning to warm up. Well, I'm trying to use magic to stave off these survival things, but it's tough.
I've got your back.
You were no help there, though, were you, Lydia? None at
Still
all.
here.
Look at that sultry gaze. Let's just remain friends. I'm like a father to you, Lydia. I'm not interested in that type of thing. Sexual congress? Honestly, it's not even on my mind. Not even thinking about it. Have a look here. Charred hookbeak. Seared fat. I don't want to use the beak. I think I need to eat it. Learn what it does. Still cold. Right, it's going to take a while to warm up. Yeah, so that is those are my thoughts for the day. And I'd say I'm depressed. I'm kind of just feeling like I think I do things for fun, and when something kind of like comes across as judgmental,
We've got
I know it's not fun then, is it? It's not fun then. Not fun.
Nothing here but the mine.
Let's try to get to Labyrinthian. Frostbite, feet and head. I am warm though. No.
Pactor and I, we make sure the miners aren't stealing, and that the ore makes it to Solitude.
You do a fantastic job. I'm
Need something?
very impressed with all you've set up here in this little mining village. Make a living. Very impressive. But I have larger fish to fry, as they say. I must go to Labyrinthian. Run, run, run. I'm enjoying this playthrough though. I'm not sure if this is my... Oh, you always like the one that you're playing at the moment the most, don't you? It's Human Nature. Because it's the most... It's the thing you're most into at the time. But I definitely feel like this is... I'm having tons of fun. Alright, we are here. We have arrived. And how do we get up there now? Oh, I forgot. Oh, I forgot. Huh. Oh. I know there are baddies up here, so feeling chilly already. I don't want to get into combat and then find that I'm losing temperature. I'm losing temperature as I fight, because that would be potentially deadly. What I'm hoping is that I can just run in here. I think it's some trolls. Can't afford to sneak because I need to move pretty fast. I'm going to try and get towards the door, then pull Lydia towards me and we'll fight up here. We'll fight at the top. Lydia? Tweet commands. Okay, if they come up towards us.
We're finally here. Let's not waste any more time.
village before anyone even knows
But if these ghosts, they're not going to help me in combat, are they?
Care about that, since you're the Archmage's favorite.
Don't forget, this whole idea was ours to begin with.
See what's in there.
Let's also go for Flame Cloak here, since we paid good money for it. Proper Gandalf. It's a cool spell. I could put Flame Cloak on to turn on every time I go into combat, but I do find it a little bit annoying. To do that too often. We kill another troll. He's still aggroed to me. I think we need to go inside Lydia. Just see if there's anything. We can't do that while there are enemies nearby. Alright guys, we're going into Labyrinthian. I'm not going to hang around here for trolls, to kill trolls. Thanks for watching. Sorry for my complaining, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye for now. To Labyrinthian we go. Let me in.